Hello and welcome to SpaceClaim Basics. In this tutorial, we'll be looking at SpaceClaim's user interface, basic navigations, and simple commands to get you started. SpaceClaim's user interface has the look and feel of Microsoft Office products. Across the top is a ribbon bar grouping commands by their actions. To get more detailed instructions, simply click on the Help button on the upper right-hand corner, or hover over a tool to bring up the tooltip for more information, or tap the F1 key to bring up the help topic of that particular tool. Our options are located under the application menu at the upper left-hand corner, along with Open, Save, and Print commands. Inside the Options dialog, you can change the model's unit, snap settings, background color, and other advanced settings. Starting a design in SpaceClaim is as simple as sketching a shape and pulling it into a solid. SpaceClaim has many sketch tools inside the sketch group on the ribbon bar. We'll start by selecting the rectangle tool. Whenever we see a grid on the screen, we can start sketching right away. To start sketching, simply click on the grid once to start the sketch, and click again to finish it. Now that we have a sketch, we can select the Pull tool from the Edit group inside the ribbon bar. This would put us back into 3D mode where we can work on 3D geometry. Remember, all tools have their own tooltip. If you want to find out more about the tool or how to use it, simply hover over the button to bring up the instructions. Pull does many things including sweep, blend, revolve, draft, and scale. We'll start simple by selecting on the surface, click and drag it into a solid. Now that we have a solid body, I can click the circle tool to create more geometry. I'm going to sketch a circle at the top of the part, and now I can pull that up to create protrusion or down to create a hole. I can also select any faces I want on this model to make modification. Just select and drag. I can also use the pull tool to manipulate edges. If I select an edge and pull toward the solid, you'll see that SpaceClaim will create a round for me automatically on that edge. Now let's navigate to the other side of the model. To do that, we're going to use Spin, Pan, and Zoom. We can see that we have buttons to do that inside the Orient group, as well as access to some other views. You can also orient your model using mouse shortcuts. To spin the model, hold down the middle mouse button and drag your mouse around. To pan the model, hold down the Shift key and the middle mouse button and move it around. To zoom the model, hold down the Control key and the middle mouse button and pull the mouse toward you and away from you. And when you scroll your mouse wheel forward, you can query to different parts of the model to find hidden geometry or small faces and edges around your cursor. This allows you to select small faces and edges without zooming in. Now let's zoom into the left-hand side of the model and revolve this face. The Pull tool does a number of things. By using the tool guides, we can expand Pull's operation without navigating through a drop-down menu. To revolve a face, I would select the face, select the Revolve tool guide, and then the axis or edge to revolve about. Now I can drag that face. To apply an angle, I'll tap the spacebar and enter in a value. Now that we've looked at the Pull tool, let's take a look at the Move tool. The Move tool allows us to translate and rotate geometry. By selecting on a face and dragging on one of the 6 direction handles on the Move handle. To cancel an operation while you're in the middle of a command, simply tap the Escape key on the keyboard. To move multiple items, hold down the Control key and select the additional items and move them at the same time. I can also copy geometry using the Move tool by holding down the Control key and dragging one of the arrows to duplicate the geometry to a new location, just like copying files in Windows Explorer. The last tool I like to look at is Fill. The Fill tool simplifies your model by removing geometry you select. To remove things you don't want, just select the faces and click the Fill tool, and SpaceClaim will extend neighboring faces to cover up and remove those geometry forever. I can select holes, rounds, chamfers, pockets, protrusions, anything you don't want. Just select it and click Fill to remove. Now we're going to import a file from another system. We can go to the Open command inside the application menu or select the Open command from the Quick Access toolbar. By default, the Quick Access toolbar contains Open, Save, Undo, and Redo. I can customize the Quick Access toolbar by right-clicking on any command and select Add to Quick Access toolbar. Now let's open that file. With SpaceClaim's data exchange packages, we can open files from many different systems. Here, we're opening a file from CATIA. We can see in the structure tree on the left-hand side, we just imported a solid. In SpaceClaim, we work with just the geometry, so if a part is imported from a feature-based system, we only need the solids, surfaces, or curves. So let's look at our model. Although the geometry is imported, we can select on a geometry and edit it. Pulling and moving works exactly the same as if I created this geometry right here in SpaceClaim. After making some changes to the model, I can always go back by clicking on Undo in the Quick Access toolbar, or I can use the keyboard shortcut Ctrl-Z so I can try something else. In this short overview, we've seen how we can create geometry, import geometry, change geometry, and navigate our model with spin, pan, and zoom. Thank you for watching and enjoy getting started in SpaceClaim.